Hi guys, this is my first YouTube video, but I was sitting here and I have watched many ladies, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and start, I guess, videoing while I sew. I am working on a Missouri Star Quilt. It's called Vintage Blossom. I will link their video because they have a tutorial on their YouTube. So I'll link that down below. But this is the one I'm walking through right now, working through. I'm working on it for a few weeks. I've got several blocks already done. I think I've got 14. So I've got these blocks already done. I've got 6 more to do. But these are the blocks I have so far. And y'all bear with me because I've never done a YouTube video before. But I figured, hey, I set up my sewing machine enough, why not? So, my name is Lauren. I am a stay-at-home mom. I do homeschool my daughter. We have our own little homestead. We have goats and chickens and our puppies and kitties and stuff like that. So, I'll probably show y'all that one at some point. I just want to show y'all the blocks that I've got done. And this fabric I'm using the new Mercantile by Lori Holt. I'm using that fabric, and this is a solid, and I have to look back, but I can't remember what solid this is, but it's, I believe it's a natural. It's not white. I want it to match the background of some of these. So those are the blocks I have so far. So let's get out. I'm gonna move y'all over here so y'all can see me sewing, if y'all can see that. Move y'all a little bit closer maybe. Just bear with me. Sorry about that, my phone. Excuse that. That's my little quilt wall with my homeschool stuff too on it. So, okay. Let's see if you can see me sew. So I'm actually working on my 4th row right now on this quilt, or on this block. I've been working, like I said, I've been working on it for a few weeks. Slowly doing it as I can, as I get a chance. I've got her quilt seeds that I'm also wanting to do. Let me show y'all real quick. And sometimes my rows aren't perfect, but you won't be able to tell in the seam allowance. But these are the quilt seeds that I am excited to start. I've got that one, this one, this one. So I got these, I believe these just came out in January or February, I want to say. And then I also have her vegetable ones. I love gardening anyways, so I had to get the veggie ones. So after I finish this one, I'm going to start on one of these quilts. I may start on the vegetable one, since it's about gardening season here. I live out here in Texas, and so we're already getting stuff planted. My husband's actually outside disking up our big area. He's ready to plant some corn. I got my seeds going. I got potatoes and onions in the ground. But those are, I may start on the vegetable one. But I've tried to get these blocks somewhat coordinated with color. Some of them are totally scrappy. Some of them are just, they are coordinated. So, and y'all bear with me too, because this machine is still fairly new to me, and I've been used to the foot pedal back here, you know, up and down, and this is electric. So I have one that I was using, but it's starting to kind of wear out on me. I use it so much. So I switched over to this one. I'm getting more used to it. My little lamp right here that y'all see, I actually subscribe to the Fat Quarter Shop. What is it? The Sew Sampler. This right here. Fat Quarter Shop. Can y'all see that? Sew Sampler. And this was actually, I've been wanting a lot. And it came in with my monthly subscription this month. I love my Sew Sampler. I look forward to that every month. They always have wonderful goodies in the boxes. Beautiful fabric. And I can show y'all what else was in that monthly box if you want to. They also have four specialty boxes. They have the Cupid box. I believe they have one for the 4th of July. They have the Boo box, the Halloween one, and then a Christmas one. And this year was the first time. And I'm going to come over here and sew. But this year was the first time I've ever got, and I got the Christmas one. And was really surprised by it and really loved it. And then I got the Cupid one and really loved it. All I'm doing is I am pressing my seams, and then I'm just spraying some starch and then making sure those seams are really nice and stiff in a way. That way when I go to sew them, I can nest them. And all I do is, you can see, let me hold these up real quick. So I'll sew one row. You can see that. I'll sew one row one way. I'm sorry guys, I ain't got much room. But I sew one row one way and one the other. So like the top one, it's pressed out, the bottom is pressed in, and then the top is in, the middle, the bottom is out, and then the end is out, and then so I just alternate. I just lay them down upside down so I can see which way I had pressed previously. But that's for me because I'll forget, and I got a little bit of a forgetful brain sometimes, so. But yeah, there's a few ladies that I follow on YouTube, and I love their sew with me's. I love watching them, and it gave me an idea. You know what? While I'm behind my machine so much, why not do something like that too? Share things that I love. And once I get more of this YouTube thing down, I can show y'all more of my little farm, my little homestead, my little goats. I got dairy goats. I got La Manchas. We had 2 mamas that kidded last Monday and Tuesday both. I got a twin girls Monday and then a single girl on Tuesday. And so I am excited. In about another week, I'll start milking the mamas. I'll separate the babies at night, put them in the barn at night, and leave the mamas out. And then first thing in the morning, I'll milk mamas and then let the babies out with them all during the day. So, and I've got 2 more mamas that they'll kid probably by the end of the month, by the end of March. I figured mid to end March probably. But I told my husband I probably have to have me another milk stand before long with all these pretty girls I'm getting. But, and this has been, because you have to sew this, you can't line them up perfectly like corner to corner and all that. You kind of learn when you cut about where they lay, and sometimes they won't be perfect, but if they'll get caught, if it'll be caught in that 1/4 inch seam allowance, it'll be fine. Sometimes, I mean, I've had to rip a few few of my stitches, a few of my seams out because one was too high or too low, or you know, whatever. But you'll get to where you'll know about where. Just a learning curve. It's something new for me. So I'm just pressing and starching and pressing. And I'll make sure that starch is pretty dry. And then I'll kind of flip over and then just give it a good little press. So there's those nice, pretty stiff seams there. So I did Lori Holt's Vintage Christmas for my, I made it and gifted it to my sister this year. That was a big challenge for me. I've never done anything like that before. I started learning to sew, kind of relearning, I guess, the proper way, back in 2019. A lady opened up a fabric store here in my little town I live in, and unfortunately she is closing down in about, I think about May or June she'll be shut down for good. I'm sad, but that woman, she has taught me a lot and has given me confidence, and I was heartbroken and just sick when I found out she's having to close the doors. But anyways, I started taking her classes back in 2019, and she has really, her classes have really taught me a lot. Because I would teach myself, I taught myself a few things. I wanted to sew like some little blankets and stuff. And they were simple. They weren't anything like real special. And now I've gotten more confidence and I know what I'm doing. So now I'm remaking my children all, I'm making them all blankets again. My daughter, my youngest, I've got to buy this quilt, but I made her this, I don't know if y'all can see that, this Goats in Pajamas. I've got to bind it. I made her that. My son's is at the long arm right now. I made him a double comforter Star Quilt. It was, oh, his favorite colors are red, and man, that it ended up being really pretty. Now I do pin for my seams nest, just because I want to make sure that these all, like my little seams, they really like match perfectly with my little shapes here. And my line, like my borders, they don't see like there's a little bit of a difference there. I end up trimming off because I do a little bit of a less than a 1/4 inch seam allowance, because I like to have it a little bit bigger so I have a little bit more room to trim. I don't want to cut it too close. And if y'all see my little magnetic thing here, I like to have that there to make sure that I stay pretty consistent with my seam allowance, because I'll get to thinking or playing my music and singing, and it'll be, you know, I get a little too excited sometimes. But anyways, hey Molly, my kitty cat's up here. No. But that gives me room to kind of trim and make room for a little bit of mistakes. Because the good Lord knows I am not perfect. I love to sew, but I do make my share of mistakes. Okay, so I have my little pincushion here. Let me iron this. And see, what I do is I go ahead and set my seam and iron it. Y'all. Cadence. And then I starch again my seam. You do booties right in camera, Molly. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay, now you can see my first 2 rows, and you see how those right here, they line up nicely. That is why I like to pin, because without pinning, they wouldn't look, at least not for me. I know some people don't have to, and hopefully one day I'll be there, but I just want to make sure they lay really nice and pretty. So like I said, some of my cuts, for somehow they get a little bit larger, and so if I were to just cut them, they wouldn't. See, this one's a little bit, you see that pink, how it's a little bit higher? That'll get lost, so you're not even gonna be able to tell once I stitch it. That's what I'm talking about whenever I say, you know, if it'll get lost in the 1/4 inch seam, don't worry about ripping out those stitches, because you ain't even gonna tell or be able to tell once. I'll only do 1 block of this. I'm not going to torture y'all through the rest of them. I may do another, I may come and record another block. Because after this, I'll only have, I think, 5 more blocks to go. That's what it looks like with 3 rows. I really enjoy sewing. It's just kind of like, I don't want to say a getaway, it just is so nice and peaceful to sit at my sewing machine and just sew. I really enjoy it. I haven't sewn in a few days. Like last week, I don't think I sewed. Oh goodness. I think yesterday, last night I think it was the first time I've sewn really in almost a week. And I try to sit at my sewing machine at least an hour at the end of the day and sew a block or 2. But like I said, we've had those new babies. We also have bought 3 bottle goats, babies, a few weeks ago. So I'm also feeding them right now 4 times a day. So, which I need to start trying to wean them down to about 3 bottles. But they act like I'm starving them when I do that. Sweet babies. They are La Mancha goats. They're the ones that don't really, they have little elf ears. But they're such sweet goats. Very good temperaments. Very, very sweet goats. Even my buck, he's a big baby. It's like a big old puppy dog. He's a sweetheart. doing more of these videos, I'll get a bigger O-ring, not O-ring, what is that, ring light, I'm sorry. My husband's a mechanic, so excuse me. I'm used to O-rings and stuff like that. My ring light, I'll get a bigger one that I can put behind me, and y'all have a little bit bigger, you know, have a bigger view, larger view of my area I have. My little sewing desk too, it's U-shaped. I have my cutting on to my left, my ironing to my right, but it's also right now serves as I do homeschool right here too for my daughter, so it's kind of a dual purpose area. But at least I'm not on the kitchen table anymore. I was in the kitchen table and all my sewing supplies all over my dining room and kitchen table, and at least now I have my own area that I can keep it confined. You keep my mess confined too. Oh, my sweet husband, he puts up with a lot when it comes to me and my crazy ideas. He's a good man. After this row, I'll have one more to do, and I will face y'all up and show y'all my block, or actually I'll face y'all to see about how I trim, and we'll see, I guess, when I go to put on my borders, how well my trimming is straight. I use a Shapeology ruler, and man, I gotta say, I love that ruler. I want to get the big one, but it's a little pricey. I need to kind of save up for that. And mine that I have broke a few places, one or two places, but I used tape and taped it up, and it's worked fine. I'm just trying to be a little bit more careful. Like this right here, I think you can see that crack. My daughter accidentally broke it. And if anybody knows these acrylic tables, like these extension tables, this is a Viking machine, so these extension tables are over $100. Well, who really has that much money just lying around these days? So my husband, I have tape on it. We had taped it because he glued it, but I went ahead and just left the tape here because I didn't want all that sticky residue, and that way it kind of helps reinforce it. So just please ignore that. It works for the time being. And I'd rather spend $100 on fabric, honestly, if I had it. So, and if it can be fixed, why not fix it? Okay, now I'm on my last row. I love this block. I just love this quilt because it's so, to me, so vintage. I love anything vintage. Vintage, antique, anything like that. I love it. And it's just, I love this block. I started working on the cathedral window type quilt, and I got a quilt from, oh, what was her name? I found her on Instagram. If I can remember, I will try to link her also. I follow her, this lady, on Instagram, and I just love her. And anyways, I started that quilt. But I started on this machine, and this was about one time I started using this, and I ended up stopping for a while because I was getting frustrated trying to learn the machine and do that. That was a little bit difficult. So I'll pick it back up. It'll be one that'll take me a while because I'm not gonna oh, sorry guys. It's one that I won't do. I'll do it here and there. Because right now I've got 2 quilts I've got to bind. I'm trying to finish this one, and then there's a couple more quilts that I want to start. I love piecing them together, but when it comes to borders, I have to force myself to, because I do not like putting borders on quilts. I like to cut and piece, and then I want to move on. And I have several quilt tops actually that are about, not, some of them aren't even halfway done because I got bored and started on something else. That's my problem. I get bored and want to move on. My daughter, I believe it was my daughter, asked me, "Who are all these quilts for, Mama?" I'm like, well, they're for us or whoever. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. Let me move y'all back up. Okay, this is what the block looks like now, and you can tell that it's not all evened up. So let me bring y'all over here. Turn y'all around. I'm not trying to make y'all. There's my mess of my homeschool. And excuses stuff over here, guys. Okay, here's the stripology. Okay, so the first thing I do, y'all see that? Okay, is I trim the top and bottom first. So I make sure it's somewhat even with my lines, and then this here, and then that's too far down. Can't cut down that far. Hold on. Let me move this back up. Takes me a few minutes to kind of get it all situated. Okay, so I'll trim off my top and my bottom. And I don't want to tell you all the measurements just because I don't know if I'm allowed to. So now I do the sides, and the sides are quite a bit bigger, and I got my little ruler to make sure my edges on this side and this side are about, they're not perfect, but they're close. And so what I'll do is I'm gonna line one of my lines up here, and then at the bottom, sometimes it takes me a few minutes. Actually, it's this line up here. I try to. And what I'll do is about, no, that's not going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be too much. Come on. Yeah, so I need to move it over a little bit. So I just kind of moved over a little bit here and there, and I kind of about know where. I moved it over a little bit too far. Just want to make sure that it's as close, not perfect, but as close as possible. Because my very first one I did, I just put this thing on there and cut. I'll have to find it and show y'all. And woo, you can definitely tell one side. So it looks like it's. Yep, I didn't pay attention. So see, I don't know if y'all can tell. This side's a little bit, oh well. Who's gonna pay attention, I guess. Okay, so back to my face, sorry. Anyway, so it's gonna fall. So this is what this block looks like finished. Yeah, you see, y'all can see just a little bit how there's a little less room over here. But hey, you know what? You may be able to tell more, but I'll probably use more of a scant 1/4 inch so it's not too close to the corners of my little hexies here. But this is what this block looks like. So, you know what? I may show y'all how I'll lay out my little, I was going to show y'all that block. Let me see if I can find it. If I can remember which one it is. It's honestly, I don't know. It's been a while. Oh, this one right here. My very first one. And you can see big time. So this one I'm going to have to be very careful because I'll cut into this. I thought about making an extra block just in case, because I do have a few extra, I say a few, I have quite a bit of extra charm squares. You could have, I could have bought a layer cake, the 10-inch stacker layer cakes. I could have used one of those and then cut those into, you know, four squares, but I didn't think about it until I had already bought my charm packs, and I think I bought 4 charm packs, matter of fact, to make this quilt. I think that's what it calls for. Yeah, 4 packages of 5-inch, so this is what it calls for. So, and that's what the quilt will look like when it's finished. I haven't bought the border yet. I don't have to pick the border out until my quilt top is all together, because I like to use something that isn't as prominent in the quilt, so when I put it together I can make that border, make that color that's not as prominent in the quilt kind of stand out. But anyways, so instead of buying the 4 packages of 5-inch squares, I could have bought my layer cake, but I didn't. But I'll know next time. But anyways, like I said, this is very prominent, as you can see on the top and the bottom, how I did not pay attention. But this was my very first block, and how else am I gonna learn? So that's one thing that you do have to. I did though, because I didn't use a full quarter inch seam allowance. I did a scant, and on things that I can, I do a scant, just to make sure I have enough. I love this green fabric right here. I love green. It's my favorite color, and I just love that fabric. But anyways, if I can save myself and help myself save some room, then I'm fine for my mistakes, because boy, are there plenty. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I lay mine out. I'm going to turn y'all back down here. Hope I'm not making y'all dizzy. Okay, so here's all my fabric I have cut, and what I try to do, I just go through here, I guess you could say, and I've got a lot of blues left, so I've been really trying to play and use a lot of my blues up. So I'm going to use this one as the middle, this blue as the middle. Or, you know what, I could use more of my yellows as the middle. Let me use one of these as my middle. That way I can add more blues. I also have, where's my jelly roll? Right here. I also have a jelly roll, and this came in one of my subscription boxes, the Mercantile from Lori Holt. It's not a full jelly roll, it's the, I think they call it roly-poly. It came in one of my subscription boxes, it might have been January it came in, and it came in with the pattern solely for that. And I don't know if I'm going to do the pattern yet or not, but I figured if I needed more colors, I could open this and use them, because actually, like, this isn't in my charm pack. I lied. I'm sorry. I lied. Yes, it is. So, like, if I have to, if I need more, say, red, or more of a, you know, brown, because I got one more of this dark brown, I can open this and use it, but I can also cut, and what I might do is I might cut up like this one for a middle, got the blue, or like my red, green. I might cut up one of these. I did cut one of my pinks up already, and I used that in a couple of the blocks, and there's also this one. So, I mean, I've got options to where if I run out of certain things, I can use those. And a matter of fact, I think I'm going to use this one instead of that darker one. I try not to be too, because I can be really, really like, can y'all see that? Yeah. I can be really picky about my colors and this and that. I try not to be, because it's supposed to be scrappy. It's supposed to be, you know, put that together. But I just try to go through here and pick which colors I like best. See, I used these two for the last one. I don't know, I like this in the middle, honestly. You know, I think I may do this other color because it's more of a solid. I'm gonna go ahead and do that in the middle. I'll use that, okay. Because then I could use this. And I'm sorry guys, I talk to myself sometimes. Actually, I'm talking to y'all now, so. I got somebody to talk to. I think I'm gonna use this brown. No. And I also try to make sure I have enough contrast. It's too much blue right there. Okay, I'm gonna get a different. See, I'm getting a lot of blues. A lot. And this is what I was afraid of running into when I was doing my. Okay, let me do that. This up here. Yeah, I was worried about running into this problem. And I have this window. Maybe down here. And I just turn it and flip it and move things around into where I see where, you know, I'm like, oh, that looks good, you know. Let me see what this dark green actually. I don't know because that's too green right there. Okay, move this here. Hold on. I try not to be too, you know, whatever, but I can't help myself. It's a thread. And it doesn't look like perfect, but you know, excuse our doggies. She barks the other day. I saw her looking up barking. I thought somebody was at my front door. She was barking at the birds. That poor dog. Okay, y'all see how that kind of looks? So it's just, it coordinates. I don't want to say matches perfectly, but it coordinates. And so I've got my little pieces here that I cut. And it's actually really easy once you, because they only go one way. And this one good thing is, I love low volume, but that wouldn't work on this. I mean, it might work, but you would use or waste some fabric because it don't matter which way you turn these. So I lay my block out. Just like I would if me sewing it. And there's my little top pieces. And then my bottom. Okay. And then what I do is just like I showed y'all, I'll bring y'all back over here. Turn y'all over. Let me back y'all up some so y'all have a better view. It's a little bit wider. And these are not pressed. I haven't pressed these at all. So I just sew because I'm really bad at stretching my fabric instead of just pressing. Like I said, I'll get to where I'm just in my own little world and start just like I'm ironing. And I always open them up to make sure that there's not a big like difference, and they're lined up pretty nicely. That way I don't sit here just sew, and then that's why I kind of do it. It may take me a little longer, but I just do it one at a time, take my time. And see how this one right here, you see how that top, for some reason, the bottoms match up pretty nicely. If you see that, but for some reason, when I cut these, of course, this is going to get cut off. That top is going to get cut off no matter what. So that don't really matter. And I do starch now because, like I said, I want my seams to nest nice and beautiful like. And I have a towel underneath my wool mat because it helps miss some of that heat. It helps absorb, not miss, but absorb some of that heat. So if there's anything else y'all like me to show or do, or just let me know. Just comment and let me know. Because like I said, I'm new to all this. I've watched YouTube and but this is my first video I've ever made. So this is all kind of new to me. Almost 40 years old, and this is still, you know, I've never done a video. That's okay. We all gotta start somewhere, don't we? One of those things for my foot pedal. Even though it's got carpet, it slips. I'm constantly having to move it back. So my leg will be under there, all stretched out, trying to reach my pedal. I'm constantly having to move it back towards myself. It has been a beautiful week and a half here in Texas. We're having temperatures in this, well actually it's been the 80s. I think tomorrow they're saying it's possibly going to be up nearly 90 tomorrow on Tuesday. Which I'm not quite ready for that yet. It makes me worried that the summer is going to be even worse than the last two. I don't want to break record triple temperatures. But we got a cool front coming through, and I think it's going to pull us back down to the 50s or 60s, which will be nice. I'm definitely not ready for, see if y'all can see there how it's a little bit high and then a little bit low. Y'all, hold on, let me clean this off real fast. Hold on. Yeah, that's a little bit clearer. So if y'all can see how that's a little bit too high, not a little bit, and it's a little high and then high, that will be hidden in the seam allowance. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to tear that out. I just want to make sure that it's close enough. So, but anyways, like I was saying about the weather, it's making me worried about what this summer is going to look like. So any of you that are watching from Texas, you know my feeling. I think they're talking about South Texas is going to be hitting possibly triple digits tomorrow or Tuesday. It's just, this weather is so crazy. I wasn't going to do a garden this year because the last 2 years I tried, there's been no point. I mean, everything has just died because we've not gotten rain for months and so hot. And I had some bees, and they did fine the first year. The ants stayed away, but then last year, I guess because it was so bad, the ants found my hives and ran my bees out. So I'm wanting to get more bees. I just have to do preventative measures to keep the ants away from them. There's a guy who will catch swarms, and that's how I got mine. And so And so you can tell, like right here, I cut this a little bit too, when I cut my little hexies, my half hexies, I cut it a little bit big, but when I go to line all this up, I'll line it up with a little white to create my little mark right there. How did I do this? This way. And so, it all works itself out by the time it's said and done. I see some of these ladies sewing, and I'm like, man, they sew so beautifully, and it's like perfect, and I don't know if I'll ever be that way. But like I said, I'm still learning. I'm by no means a professional. I am still learning myself, and I still make tons of mistakes, but I'm willing to help however I can. My daughter was actually, I've got a sewing machine that was given to me. I think it's like from the 70s. I need to contact my machine guy because he took it and cleaned it up and had to do, I think, put a new belt and some other stuff on it. And, when I do that, sorry guys. That stop button is right underneath my cutting one. Like I said, I'm still learning and I'm still getting used to this machine. Anyways, he's had the machine for like 3 or 4 weeks now, and I keep forgetting to message him to see when we can meet. And I was sitting there thinking today after church, I was washing some dishes and trying to make lunch, that I need to message him to see if he wants to meet. Because my daughter is making a rag quilt. She took a little class. The lady that opened the sewing shop that started teaching me in 2019, last summer she had a kid's sewing camp, and my daughter went, and she made a little teddy bear, she made a pillowcase, and made a little backpack, and I was so proud of her. She likes to be sewing like her mama. Her attention span though is worse than mine, poor child. And so I got that machine for her because it's a more heavy duty machine, and it's not, it's not all this electric stuff. And I'll put her on it once I get it back and let her start sewing when I'm sewing. So it got dark outside. I wonder if it got cloudy. Sun's been shining. It's been a beautiful Sunday. Beautiful Sunday. The Lord's Day. So, I am a Christian. And so, I do love the Lord. So, y'all may hear me talk a lot about Him. He's been good to me. And see, I have this little, it's like almost like a little dog ear. Whoop, too high. A little dog ear down there. I'm just going to leave it. Sometimes I will like put my little ruler down. And sometimes trim that. As a matter of fact, I might do that. Just trim that up a little bit. Not too much, but just a tad, because that will bug me. I think that looks better. Get rid of a little bit of that bulk. With Fat Quarter Shop, I also do their Fat Quarter Shop subscription. Not Fat Quarter Shop, Fat Quarter Bundle subscription. Block of the month thing. Not block of the month. What is it? Let me see. I got one. No, it's not that. Where is it at? Anyways, I don't know what I did with my other one. Anyways, it is a, you get like a fat quarter bundle on that, and they normally, I think they bill out on the 1st, and you kind of know, I did the Moda fabrics for now, because there's a few of the fabrics I'm wanting, but I'm thinking about switching to the Lori Holt, just for the fact, and I need to trim that, see how that's kind of got a, I need to trim that sucker up. But anyways, I've been trying to stock up on Lori Holt fabric because there's a lot. I love her fabric. It's so my style, my taste. It's the vintage, and just, I love it. And so I think after I get a couple of these in a few more months, I will switch up, cancel that one, and then switch over to the Lori Holt. I gotta figure out how to do that, but I think I'm gonna do that. I wish I could do both, but I can't. I'm also starting a block, actually 2 block of the months, with Fat Quarter Shop. It's gonna be, I think it's called Flower Girl. It's really cute. It's gonna be like a flower stand. And another one, oh, I can't remember. They both start, I think one starts maybe in April and the other one starts in March. One of them's a year long, so I've never done a block of them, much less 2, but you know what? It gives me motivation to get them. Ew. What happened? Oh, I hit my cut. That's what happened. I thought something burned me or stung me, but I hit my cut. But anyway, sorry about that. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place sometimes. Just follow me on my little rabbit trails. But I figured doing a block of the months, it'll keep me what was the word I'm looking for? I'll basically have to do one. It'll keep me to where I've got to do if I want to get my quilt done. So, so I figured, you know what? It'll be a good time to start. And 2 of these quilts are so, I fell in love with them. They're so stinking cute. So cute. I got 2 more rows. I'm gonna throw this light on. I got 2 more rows together, and then I'll start trimming. I'll start putting the rows together to make the block. So I was nervous about doing this video when I got on. I'm sure y'all could tell I was a little nervous. After I'm done with this, I want to show y'all a few things that I have got planned. I think if I wasn't homeschooling my daughter, or if she was doing more of her work on her own, she's just now in 3rd grade, so she's still pretty, you know, I've got to teach her and stuff. But I think if she was older, I would probably be in this sewing room all day, because there's so many like projects I've got in my mind that I want to do, and there's so many, so many things to do, and not enough time. Also, I want to read my Bible. There's my Bible I'm reading, of course. But there's also books that I have bought that I'm wanting to read. to start teaching myself how to, okay, set this side. I don't know why my sewing machine does that. Set time away on the side for my books and my sewing, and I try to read my Bible at least an hour a day. And that's, some days I'm good, some days I don't get the chance to read it at all. Sometimes I get to read it for 30 minutes, sometimes 15. It's just life of being, you know, life of a mom. I get up in the mornings and make my husband's lunch and breakfast and stuff so he'd get off, and normally I'll go back to bed about an hour, hour and a half more, because I stay up later than him. I'm like, if I could go to bed earlier, I could probably just stay up when he leaves. But I don't. I normally try to get up about 7:30. So we gotta go feed. I normally try to feed them babies by 8 o'clock, a little before. Especially with the days getting longer now. And my iron, there's no water in it. I used to use water, but I just use my best press now. Okay, last row. I don't know how some of my pieces didn't get cut as straight. I'm telling you. But they work, I guess. It works. I may eventually, if this channel does good, and I get enough people, I may go live one day, and so that way I can chat live with y'all and see what y'all are up to. Y'all can visit with me, come hang out. One of these days y'all get to meet, and probably sooner than later, my little girl. Well, my youngest. I got two. I got $2 and a son. He'll be 20 this year. And my daughter will be 16. They are my babies. The Lord bless me with 3 beautiful children, that's for sure. And my youngest, let me tell you, she is a spitfire. My middle daughter, she's so funny. Do not tell me that I did these the same exact way. See what I told y'all? Look at this. Look what I did. You see that? They're going the same way. Okay. I'm gonna redo the top. My middle daughter, though, that child ain't got no filter. She'll think of something to say, she says it to my child. And my middle daughter, she just don't, or my youngest, she just don't care. She'll tell you how it is. My son is more like I was. He's more reserved. He's like I was. I'm getting a little bit more speaking my mind about things. I try not to be, because I try to be more humble and more like, you know, I want others to see the Lord in me. So I try to be careful. But this is the right way, isn't it? Yes. See, I don't really want to have to rip all them seams. Yeah, okay. I don't want to have to rip all them seams out. One thing I need to do for myself is I need to get me a better, I need to get a better chair. My aunt has one and it is so comfortable. And my back won't hurt as, you know, I can sit here longer without my back hurting. Go through here and make sure at least, because I don't, right here there's no seams to match it. I'm just trying to make sure it's somewhat even. Try to make sure it's even, that way it's not all, you know, cattywampus. I figured this collection I'm using would be perfect for this block, this quilt top, and I think I did pretty good because I love the vintage look of it all. I am getting hot. Using that iron makes me burn up. I hope I hear my puppy dogs out there doing something. I had to shut my door because if not, the cats and my dog will be all up in here. I hope y'all can hear me okay. And I do, if y'all have noticed, I do sew right over my needles. I just am very careful. I try to slow down when I get to them. But I do sew right over my needles. And I only take out, like my little box of, I use these glass head pins, which are my favorite. I have my little box here. But I only keep out what I need. And then, because there's no point of me having a whole pin cushion full of pins and I only need 4 at the most. I just don't want them getting pulled out because my cats are really good about sneaking in here and pulling them out. I don't want to lose any of them. Three more to go. And see this right here, you can tell that it's not, like this is higher than this. And I just kind of eyeball it and try to be somewhat in the middle. Matter of fact, that high part, I'm just going to leave high. I'll show you what I mean. Hold on. It's not, like I said, it ain't perfect, but once you sew it, you're not going to see that. Maybe that's my problem, is I just kind of make do if I can. You see how that's kind of, if you can see that, it's a little bit high. I'll make do with it though. You won't be able to tell. good thing is it's only a lot of times catching just the tips of mine on straight pins. It's not catching them right in the middle, it's just the tips, which I like because then I don't have to worry about anything happening to them. There's a few blocks that I have that I pinned, and somehow they still add off. And they're all, you know, not on point, I guess you could say. Don't ask me how I do that when I pin and they still didn't line up perfectly. I'm like, but I ain't going back and changing it, because once it's quilted, you ain't gonna be able to tell. That's what my song teacher said. A galloping horse. If you're on a horse riding by, would you be able to look? Would you be able to tell? So. Hit that needle, didn't I? No, I didn't. Sounded like I did, but no, I didn't. You can kind of see on the back how some of those colors are coming up, but you can't tell in the front. That's all that matters. Our church was showing a movie, or a little show this evening, and I wanted to go, but until it gets, you know, my husband, poor guy, leaves when it's dark and gets home. It's still somewhat daylight, but getting dark. So he's only got like 2 days. This is the first weekend in a while that it's been beautiful and dry and warm. So he's had things that he wanted to get done today. Okay, see this block? Okay, let's come over here. Let me try turn, y'all. And y'all can still watch me trim it, and then I want to show y'all a couple of things. Some things that I'm wanting to do once I get this one. I've got so much, like, I need to get this quilt going and like done so I can start these other projects. I've been trying to do at least 2 blocks a day. Now I only have 4 blocks. So I might do at least 1 more block. This evening. I don't know, maybe about 2 more. So I need to get a little bag, a little Ziploc bag or something. Okay. Now I'm gonna trim my sides. Wait, I need to go which way? This way. I need to go over. That's probably move it over. I think that'll be good right there, yeah. And I'll see how much waste I have on each end. So there's that block. Isn't that pretty? And see how those sides are more equal? So, okay, I'm gonna turn y'all back around to face me. Sorry, I'm not trying to make y'all sick or anything. Just bear with me. So, this is what I wanted to show y'all. First, I wanted to show y'all the sampler box. So, the sampler box, you get a coupon code. I need to try to. You get a coupon code in each one. Like this one's 25% off of Butter Churn Basics by Kim deal for Henry Glass Fabrics. It gives you a let me show that. But it gives you a promo code, and then also we get a free download for a Confetti Stars table runner pattern. So, and this is the fabric we got. It is Quiet Grace. It says, oh, thick and thin Quiet Grace 2.5-inch strips. I think it's a roly poly. It's 22.5 by 42 inch. There's 26 pieces, so yeah. It says, with each seam, quilters partake in a tradition that will never stop trending. Likewise, the rich colors and perennial prints of the Quiet Grace fabric collection by Kim Deal. I hope I'm saying her name right. If I'm not, I apologize, and please correct me. For Henry Glass fabrics can be enjoyed in any area. You'll never tire of this clear range of hues full of clear colors, as well as bright lights and dazzling darks. Classic florals and modern geometrics share space in this range, and it is sure to inspire timeless quilts that will warm your heart or your home for decades. The dog. And it's really pretty. I don't want to open it yet because I don't want to use it, but you can see it actually kind of somewhat matches this Lori Holt that I'm using. I don't always do the patterns that it calls for. See, in here, let me get this. This is my light that it came with. And it velcros, and it comes with a charger. You don't have a block, but I think everybody has a block now. It has, I think, I want to say 3 hours. A 3-hour maximum recharge time. Over 50,000 hour LED light. No batteries required. I have mine just on the side of my thing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn it off for now. I'm gonna turn off my iron too. But this right here was a $25.98 value. This is a $26.98 value. This box I want to say it's like $37 and some change, maybe a little bit more. I want to say it's $37 and some change. So this right here is already basically a $60, no, actually a $51 value. So that's just 2 products. And then we got these tulip between quilting needles. Quality is the hallmark of tulip hand sewing needles, made of nickel plated steel. They're made in Japan. These needles are polished to ensure a smooth glide and milled to a perfect sharp tip with a large eye needle. They're flexible. You see the needles in there. They're flexible and warp resistant. This size is just right for any hand sewing or quilting experience. So these are from Japan. You can see them in there. And then I also got this beautiful, like a burnt orange thread. And this is $1.98. This is a $9.98 value. This is a durable and strong Gutterman 50 weight cotton thread, has kept quilts together for generations. This light copper color is a comfortable complement to the quiet grace fabric collection and can be used, for quilting and piecing as well as binding. They also come with a pattern that goes, you could use this with it or any fabric, but it has comes with that, but it also says what's in your box, which you can use what's in your box. And then what you need, like to finish that quilt, I would need a ½ yard of binding and 2 3/4 yard for backing. This quilt is, finished size is 39 by 42.5. So I like my quilts a little bit bigger, so I would probably, how many pieces did I say? 26. I'll probably get a jelly roll and make this a little bit bigger. But this is a $9.98 value, basically $10 value. And then every one of them comes with I guess it's a block of the month. And these are basically a $5 value. You can buy them one by one, but they all come, it comes in the boxes. And right now it's block 11, it's pressed flowers. I have not done these. I have a whole stack of them, but I haven't done them yet. So this is a nice little box. I look forward to it every month. I really do. So I wanted to try to show y'all if I can find my fabric. This is the quilt I'm going to start. It's by, I think, Lo and Behold Stitchery. She is on, yeah, Lo and Behold Stitchery, yes. It is the upscale plaid. So if y'all are on Instagram, if y'all haven't followed Lo and Behold Stitchery yet, oh my goodness, y'all need to. I bought the kit, and I was going to do with her along, but I haven't yet. But I got the kit, and it comes with a pattern. So she's over on YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram, and I love her. I love her videos. She's also on YouTube. She's got videos on YouTube. Where are, I don't know what I did with my I got fabric everywhere, guys. Well, here's one of them right here. I'm not even going to show you all these. This is from a couple of months ago. This is my Fat Quarter Bundle monthly. It's Love Struck. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12 Fat Quarter Bundles. And the total, I think, with shipping and all, is like a little over $40. I have to look. But it tells you when you go on their website what months or what. And I want to say this is January. And in February, I've got the Dandy Duo. Here it is, right here, Dandy Duo. This is this last month, in February, Dandy Duo. And in March, coming up, is the new lemonade, strawberry lemonade, I think it's called. I love that fabric. I fell in love with it. I love it. I've got the Fat Quarter and then the matching, the Moda. But anyways, this is February's, so I did get January, which I don't know when I'm going to use this, but I got some other fabric that I got from one of my Fat Quarter Sew Sampler monthly boxes that'll go with this. I actually I had a 10-inch stacker that I used to make my bonus sister, my little stepsister, a baby blanket. And it has more of the grays and stuff in it. Let me show y'all some of the... So I had all these left over. It's called Bride's Dream, I believe, pattern. Let's see if I have it right here. I think if I can put it up. It's called, I don't want to say it's Bride's Dream. And I made her a baby blanket. And I took out some of the real dark pieces. So you see some of them are like black. And it just, she's got some dark gray, but not this real dark bold, because it didn't look real right. So you see how it's got some of the dark. So these right here will look good, because this doesn't have any in it. So I'll be able to do that. So I was glad I got some more, because this is really, I love dandelions. I love dandelions. But this will be good, because I needed some more fabric to do something with these. So these are all ready. And I may go ahead and just cut these up and do the same kind of pattern for these and just make another quilt just for here at home. Just a little black quilt. It's a very sunshiny, beautiful quilt. Had her name, her baby's name, my little soon-to-be niece, embroidered on it. So it's really pretty. So those are the two monthly subscriptions. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to open it, start doing my monthly subscriptions on here. Open up my Sew Sampler and all that. So anyways, well guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's been over an hour, but if there's anything else you'd like to see, just let me know. Hopefully I'll start doing more videos. I don't know. I enjoyed it, and I might as well. I'm at my machine a lot. So anyways, so if y'all have any questions, if y'all have any advice, just comment below, and I'm going to try to link, if I can figure out to link that quarter shop, I'll link them down below. I'll link Missouri Star for this quilt, because they do have a video on her doing this quilt, and I'd rather link them and y'all go to their video and get the information, so I don't want to get in trouble. And anyways, well, y'all have a wonderful evening, and I will see y'all soon. Bye guys.